All right, need to get extracting some more honey tonight. So I'm gonna try to make a little video here. I had a little work to do in the shop, so I always try to keep stuff covered up. Don't need a bunch of dust. So basically, this is just my 2-frame extractor, DC motor, on off, and then you can change how fast it spins. And then you can see down in there, there's still a little bit of honey. And it would take, I don't know, probably a couple of pounds before it would start pouring out there on its own. So that'd be like its pre-charge, a smaller volume. But if you're just doing like weekend batches, and then basically I pour it out of there into here, and then I have these filters, and they go over the bucket, and then that goes over top of that. And I'll show you all that process, and then that takes out the heavy stuff, and then it goes through the fine screen, and then I don't pasteurize or anything like that. So pre-charge is a big deal. Getting these frames warm enough to extract, that's kind of a big deal because it's coming into night right now, or late afternoon. So I want to be able to warm them up. So I just kind of threw this together, and I ordered this on Amazon, and then it plugs in here. It's this little thing. I got it strapped on there. Then I had to get a 3-way. So I set the temperature for 24 degrees, and I'm at 18.8, and I run the probe down to the very bottom. It's down there. And then I can throw a bunch of supers in there. I think I can fit about 5 supers in there, and that's going to be my little hot room. Again, because I'm just getting started in this whole operation. I've got 10 hives this year. I'd love to head for 1,000, but I have, I understand the capital program to get there, and it's not for the faint of heart. So this is a commercial extracting unit. So my little weekender there, that little Verver does, or Vever, does 2 frames. This one does 40, right? So when we actually get up to wanting to run through 30, 40 hives in a run, well, then that's when you fire up this, because the pre-charge to load this whole system, you're going to be into it for a couple of hives just to get the honey flowing through the pipes, get the sump full, get the pump pre-charged. So it's kind of a big deal to fire up this thing. And the cost is definitely significant. So this is basically phase 2, and I'm hoping that this will come into action in fall of 2025. And this is where the frame, so I need to get it on Boxer yet. That's a whole other cost. And then the frames come down here. I'll do a video once I get it going. Frames come down here. This is the uncapper, and they're hot knives, so coolant flows through them, and then it automatically does all that. The wax falls down. It's a great procedure. But for now, I'm doing it manually just because we're 10 hives and under, and I need to learn all of the ins and outs of beekeeping. And it's okay to have some struggles as you grow, because through the struggles you learn exponentially before we step up into the big boy kind of thing. So just about 19 degrees there. And then I run this little block just so it has a kicker. And then I've got 2 hinges on the back that I screwed in. And then that way when that block will land on the concrete, which is the height of the pallet. And so we'll just lift this up. Okay, so I have my heater, and that's what that that piece of wood was there, so I could screw through here with some tin strapping and then get it up there. For whatever reason, I don't know why my fan, I mounted this auxiliary because I wanted to blow that heat around. Wow. It is turned on. Okay, well, I have to figure that out yet. That was going to be a great deal. Anyhow. So I'll go get some hives and then we'll figure this all out. Okay. I come out, what's today? Tuesday maybe, something? No, Monday. I come out Saturday morning and there's the nectar flow in the canola field is done. They still have other flowers to grab from, but I wanted to just get through the weekend, so I did add sugar water, and now I'm going to remove all the supers that I'm going to extract honey. I should have done that vice versa, or pulled all the supers and then added my buckets, but because it was only 2 days and I knew I'd be back, I wasn't worried about it for 2 days. So here we are, and I'll start trading stuff out. So I brought in 3 supers and 1 frame because I went to go grab the last super, and they were ornery, and I got bit I don't know how many times on the ankle, besides a lot, and so I kind of abandoned ship on that. So we'll just do these 3 supers tonight and call it good. Grab that, Shane. I was at 29, so I wonder, I think I'll try it at 30. Well, their hive, or what's their hive? 36? Okay, we'll let them cook in here for a bit, and then I'll come back and try to spin some out. So these frames are a little offset. The one frame had way more honey in it than the other. So just gonna wobble it a little. This is the screen, the final screen I use. And then this is it's a double screen, so it's finer. And it gets all the big stuff. So then I pour it through there first, and then when it gets plugged up, that's all the remnants, and then I'll just repurpose that, or I could run it through, because I keep it clean and covered, I could run it through a press and get the honey out of it, or I could just put it back out in the hives and the bees would use it, kind of thing. So anyhow, I do a couple minutes one way, and then you got to flip the frames a couple minutes the other way, so it is a little bit tedious. That's why when you get the big ones, it's a lot better. So I just pulled this one loaded frame out of there, in there for a couple of minutes, and it's cleaned right out. Okay, so I just spun a couple of frames, and I got 4 frames. So now I've preloaded this enough where I'll be able to actually get some honey to start flowing out of it. So then it'll run through the triple filter. The first one will catch the big stuff, and then the next one, steel one, will catch the fine stuff, and then the fine screen will catch anything that, any impurities, if there was any, whatever, like bee legs or something in there, it'll catch all that out. So yeah, it's pretty slow when you're using this operation, but it's what I got for now until I get into that big one, but I need to get a lot bigger before I use it, so this will do the job. Okay, this will be the last for this shot. So I think I'm 8 frames in. And then you can see it come right there. And then it goes into that cone screen. You can see it's pretty finely filtered by the time it's all. Okay, take care. We're going to attempt to add this in as I'm spinning out a couple of frames, and then I've got this refractometer to measure the water and the Brix percentage. Okay, so I'm going to put some honey on there. Whoa, got her a little bit rich. Okay, so this isn't going to be filtered. Just under 17% and 81.5 Brix percent. So you don't want anything over 17% moisture. So that's bang on right there. I love it. Just another tool, I guess, to make sure as we're filtering the honey, just to make sure that we're putting out a quality product, I guess, is what we want to be sure of. That thing is working really good for small scale. So just the old plastic tub, and then I'm keeping it at 30 degrees. So I think it kicks in at about 28 and then shuts off at 30. So pretty cool.